Is gray hair really maintenance free? Kind of, but with a few caveats. But before we talk about that, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you don't miss any support and encouragement on your gray hair journey. Okay, so one of the main reasons that you probably want to ditch the dye is to not have any hair maintenance at all. So when you finally make this decision to go gray, you think, no more maintenance, finally.
Now she's low maintenance.
Low maintenance?
I mean, we figure we went natural, that should be enough. Giving up that endless dye cycle every couple of weeks, having to dye your hair to get your roots touched up. Spending the time, going to the salon, it's exhausting. And let's not even talk about the money. So bringing up the word maintenance after going gray can be kind of disappointing, actually. But the honest truth is that gray hair is not completely maintenance free, but it's a lot less to maintain than hair color. There are just a few things that your gray hair needs to keep it vibrant and healthy looking, and I'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the unique issues associated with gray hair. I mean, you thought you'd grow out your gray hair and you would have these gorgeous, shiny, silvery locks and be the envy of everybody around you who doesn't have the courage to do it. Jealousy. But as it starts growing, you might start to notice a couple of things that you didn't really have in mind. In fact, your silver hair sometimes might not even look silver at all. It might start to look yellow.
And it was all yellow.
Also, it might not feel as smooth and as silky as it did when you were coloring, but instead it seems coarse and wiry. You might start thinking, what is going on? What is wrong with my hair? It might make you want to dye it again. The truth is that gray hair, silver hair, white hair does have the tendency to turn yellow, and there's a variety of reasons why this happens. Hard water coming out of your faucet can turn your hair yellow. Sun exposure can also cause yellowing of silver hair. Using heat styling tools, especially without heat protectant, that can also cause your silver hair to turn yellow. And smoking can cause your gray hair to turn yellow. The secondhand smoke getting into your hair. Pollution too, but why does this matter? Because you probably wanted to have vibrant, beautiful silver hair. Now, the other thing that many women experience is that their gray hair as it's coming in seems to be more coarse and wiry than their dyed hair was, or even what their natural hair color is. If you have salt and pepper hair, for example, sometimes the gray hair next to the darker hair seems like it's an actual different texture. The structure of your gray hair hasn't actually changed, but what has changed is that there's no pigment in it. There's no melanin. Melanin, of course, being what gives our hair its hair color. With that, the hair follicles produce less sebum. These are the natural oils that hydrate hair. So this makes gray hair drier and gives it that coarse texture. My cat is over here snoring. She's on that chair. And finally, and of course this one is not necessarily related to the gray hair itself, but when you start growing out your gray hair, you're going to notice that the dyed ends of your hair start to turn brassy and orange. This is because you're no longer depositing color on these ends. Now, the color that you were putting on tends to hide the damage that hair dye was doing to your hair. Now that you're not putting that dye over the damaged hair anymore, it's left out there for all the world to see.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
That was actually the most annoying part of my silver hair journey. I didn't even really care about the roots, the gray roots, as much as I cared about this brassy orange. Okay, so with all of that being said, what do we do about it? Well, the first thing that we need to do is we need to add purple shampoo to our arsenal of hair care products. Now, your arsenal of products is probably a little smaller now that you've ditched the dye, especially if you were coloring it at home. But in order to have healthy hair, you are gonna have to have a little bit of an arsenal. So what is this about purple shampoo? Well, purple shampoo counteracts the yellow tones that show up on gray, silver, or white hair. Purple is opposite yellow on the color wheel, and opposite colors cancel each other out. So purple is gonna cancel out the yellow. It's not actually going to turn your hair purple. It's just going to tone down that yellow. If you leave it on for a certain length of time, it might actually give your hair a little purplish tinge, but that will wash out. So purple shampoo is not it doesn't penetrate the hair shaft, so it's not gonna actually change the color of your hair. It kind of sits on top of the hair shaft, and it's designed to wash out. Purple shampoo is a critical step in keeping your silver hair vibrant. It's one of those things that you don't know you need it until you need it. Usually, I don't think I need to use purple shampoo until I use it, and then I realize, whoa, my hair is really bright now. In fact, I just used it before making this video, and I can see that my silver is looking really vibrant. It's super easy to use. I just use it like a regular shampoo. It's no different than washing your hair. I also use a purple conditioner because most brands have the duo where you have the purple shampoo and the purple conditioner. They also make purple hair masks, so you can kind of trial and error and see what works for you. I mean, seriously, if you compare that to booking hair dye appointments, stressing out about your roots showing, forking out lots of money to keep your roots covered, or using messy hair dye at home, you're gonna find that purple shampoo is the easiest hair maintenance routine that you've ever had. So I use purple shampoo probably about once or twice a month, but I would guess that if somebody had maybe white hair or a lot more gray than I do, then maybe you might use it more often. So many brands are jumping on the purple shampoo bandwagon. You can see basically that every major brand in the store has a purple line. I do find that purple shampoo can be a lot more drying than regular shampoo, so condition. But try out different ones, see which ones you like. I find that most of them overall have a very similar effect. What can you do about the brassy ends of your hair? I used blue shampoo on the ends of my hair when they were driving me crazy, because just like how purple cancels out yellow tones, blue cancels out the orange tone. It helps mute them down. When I was growing out my gray hair, the brassy ends of my hair bothered me more than anything else. So I used blue shampoo just on those ends of my hair, covering that up, and it really helped to tone the orange brassiness out of my hair. I also used overtone, and if you follow my channel, you know I talk about overtone a lot because overtone I credit with getting me through my gray hair grow out. This is the daily conditioner. I also use the deep conditioner just on the ends of my hair, and I'll tag a video right here where you can actually see how I applied it during my gray hair grow out. Purple shampoo is great, but you're also going to want to prevent yellowing in the first place. We do this by protecting our silver hair. Same way if you didn't want your new hair color to fade, you want to stay out of the sun, or you at least want to use some sort of sun protection on your hair, whether it's a product, whether you're wearing a hat, or staying in the shade. And if you're using heat styling tools, you definitely want to use a heat protectant. Preferably one that also doubles and does double duty with sun protection. And try to avoid using heat styling tools as often as you can. Maybe try using your heat tools on a lower setting.
Yo, turn it down!
Stay away from smoking. Whether you smoke or somebody else does, don't let your silver hair get around secondhand smoke. It will turn yellow. If you have a problem with hard water, you can also install a filter onto your shower head. It's super easy to do. I did it myself. I have very hard water. There's so many different ones out there. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them at, Lowe's, Home Depot. This is the one that I use. Okay, so what do we do about coarse and wiry gray hair? Gray hair needs moisture, getting into a regular practice of conditioning and oiling your hair. So use deep conditioners, hair masks. I love oiling my hair. My favorite oil to use on my hair is castor oil. But you can use just about any hair oil you like, as long as it's not like a dark amber colored oil, because that might discolor your gray hair. Like anything, do a strand test first. So it's really just some simple maintenance to consider. No hair color is without maintenance, but I have found that silver hair has been the easiest color that I have ever had to maintain. You got this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.